G'day everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to another episode of PacificTrek. This week, where are we off to?
Ooh, can we say?
Yes.
Oh, I forget actually.
We're going to the Kennedy Space Center, although you weren't there.
No, I was not there. They went without me,
But you've been before.
but I've been before. Yeah.
So we're going to go check that out. I love the Kennedy Space Center. It is an incredible place to visit in Florida. And if you're going now, like they started to launch rockets again with astronauts in them from Florida.
And if you live near Florida, you should definitely go to a rocket launch if you live near Cape Canaveral, right?
Yes. So let's check it out. Hi, I'm Luke.
And I'm Danielle.
And together we're PacificTrek. In 2019, we traveled across the US and documented the entire trip on YouTube.
Now we are in a new continent and have a whole bunch of new travel adventures coming your way.
But before we get to those, we're taking a few weeks to look back at some of our favorite places in the US.
Space Launch System, or SLS. Lockheed Martin has developed a capsule called Orion that will sit atop the SLS rocket. This capsule is designed to facilitate human exploration of the moon.
One of the things you'll see a lot of at the Kennedy Space Center is the vehicle assembly building. And this building is massive, though it might not seem like it in the video, but you can see it pretty much from anywhere on the Cape. To give you an idea of the size of the vehicle assembly building, the blue section of the American flag is the size of an NBA basketball court. The vehicle assembly building was used for assembling the Saturn V rockets for the moon launches, but also for assembling the space shuttles.
This used to be taken into the vehicle assembly building and the shuttle would have been built right on that platform. As we go past, it's probably easier to see on the next one, but you see the large square hole on the bottom? That is where the flames and exhaust would come from the main shuttle engine. The two smaller ones behind it were for the solid rocket boosters. When you look over on your right, you see that small white building with the dark windows. That is Launch Control Center. That is a 4-story concrete building with electronic frames to launch Complex 39. With 3.5 miles from Launch Pad 39A and 4.2 miles from Launch Pad 39B. On our way back, there is a video that will tell you more about Launch Control Center.
One of the cool things about the Kennedy Space Center is that it's not just a museum, but they actually take you out to the active launch sites. So you can see places like Launch Pad 39A, where they launched some of the lunar missions from, but you can also go and see the SpaceX launch pad as well, where they're launching astronauts from today.
On the red trailer is the exact model emergency abort system for the Orion capsule. They talked about it earlier in the video. If there is a problem during launch or shortly after, it would yank the Orion off the rocket, take it a mile away, and parachute to safety. This metal thing right here is an orbiter access arm taken from Launch Pad 39A. This is what the astronauts actually used to walk across to get to the shuttle. This yellow-green thing here is an M113. That also is an emergency abort system for the shuttle astronauts.
You can relive the experience of Neil Armstrong's historic landing and first steps on the moon. As you enter, please move all the way to the front of the theater to make room for the guests behind you. Our presentation will begin shortly.
Through those doors, you'll find the firing room, launch control, just as it was on December 21st, 1968. You are now in the final minutes before the launch of Apollo 8, right here where it actually happened.
The Apollo and Saturn V center features the massive Saturn V rocket, and it just gives you an appreciation for the sheer size of this thing. And I can't imagine what it would have been like for an astronaut sitting in the small capsule at the top and waiting to be launched from Earth and shot into space. Also at the Saturn V Center, you'll see some of the spacesuits that were used for the lunar missions, as well as experience what it might have been like to be in mission control when they launched the Saturn V rocket. This is truly one of my favorite spots at the Kennedy Space Center. That and the shuttle exhibit. Thanks for watching this week's episode of Pacific Trek. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week for another great adventure on Pacific Trek.